Hi, it's Deborah from Deb's Travel Vibe. Thanks again for joining me on my hiking adventure along the North Country Trail. This is my ninth hike on the NCT in Lower Michigan. We start off at the historic Bridge Park where we left off the last time. We had to first go up a set of stairs, as you saw, before crossing the street and joining the Calhoun County Trailway, which is what the North Country Trail goes along in this section.
Right there. That little thing. And then way up there.
In this video, I show you what the trail looks like between the historic Bridge Park and Battle Creek, where we parked our cars at Jackson Street. We hiked this trail in the fall on October 17, 2021, and the trail in 2025 is the same route as it was in 2021 in this section. So this is the same route that you would take in 2025 that we took in 2021. This section is super cool because not only do you start off with history in the beginning, but you end with history with nature sandwiched in the middle in the city of Battle Creek. This section we're hiking on, again, is the Calhoun County Trailway. Now, this is north of Riverside Park. It is not in the park. It is just north of the park. And even though it's mid-October, we saw lovely flowers all along the way. This is the first deer sighting that I have seen on my hikes, and this is my ninth hike from the Ohio-Michigan border going north to Battle Creek. And so this is on the Calhoun County Trailway just before we got to Kimble Pines before Battle Creek.
Right.
Your dog prompted her to go for a
That's
walk.
right. And have that fun. I hope this isn't slippery, dewy like that other one. No, this is fine. There's the railroad tracks.
This is like dammed up here. It's like an earthen dam.
Oh, can you hear them? Or is that a woodpecker?
I hear a woodpecker.
After you cross this bridge, you enter Kimble Pines. Now, Kimble Pines is a beautiful park. It has disc golf, it has a bathroom area, and it has a picnic area. So this is a nice place to rest if you need to have a rest, if you want to have lunch, anything like that. This is way too early in our hike, so we just enjoyed walking through Kimble Pines.
I almost missed that marking because of looking at the water. Well, this is cool.
Kimble Pines Park is a 117-acre park in Calhoun County, and it had over 100 acres of pines planted here in the 1940s. And so when we walked through here, obviously there was still some fall foliage happening, and it's just a beautiful area that you can hike along the Calhoun County Trail, and the NCT goes along this county trail as well.
with tons of mosquitoes.
I know. She says, you know me, I'm always cold. I'm like, oh, come on.
Because you can always take layers off and put them on.
Once you
Right?
get to
You can
Kimble
always put 'em
Pines
on.
Park Road, you are halfway through Kimble Pines Park, and then you will see an NCT kiosk. Yuck, that's disgusting. This was empty, obviously, before you continue along and hit Michigan Avenue, where there's a lot of places where you can eat something, go to the bathroom, stay somewhere, get a coffee, that sort of thing. We didn't need to do any of that, so we continued on through the Aunt Biological Preserve, which was a beautiful preserve, and I highly recommend taking a walk through here, hiking through here. Probably not during mosquito season, though. We were smart. We went in the middle of October, and there were 0 mosquitoes.
We go that way. Yeah.
It's proof we're going the right way. That's good that it's well marked in here. Very pretty.
Now, the Aunt Biological Preserve is over 300 acres of natural area, and it has several trails, including the Calhoun County Trail, the North Country Trail, the Great Lake to Lake Trail, and the Iron Belt Trail.
So you know what? So we're gonna go which way? Right? East. Ready?
Yeah, said right there.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of these roots.
The Calhoun County Trail goes along the northern portion of the preserve, while the North Country Trail sort of cuts through the middle here.
This is gonna be pretty. Yeah, and all this slippery sand they got on top of this mud. Slippery leaves. This is pretty. Can't really tell in this video. This is a nice boardwalk. It's spongy.
You have about 5 miles of hiking in this beautiful section of Battle Creek at the Biological Preserve and at Kimble Pines Park. This section is so beautiful as we hike from Brigham Lake to Hall Lake in the Biological Preserve.
So was that little lake we saw on the map? Little lake, little pond?
All the second.
I'm so excited. I told my mom I hiked yesterday. She was so happy for me, but I'll see if she remembers I told her that today. But she did seem to recognize me.
A GoPro. So I'm realizing, you know, he would set it up. You can set it up to like take a picture like every minute or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
And there's people who have hiked. You can Google, you know, like North Country Trail or, you know, picture rocks hiking or something like that. And they put it together where they hiked it up there. And they have these where they took one picture a minute and they set it to music. And it goes really quick. You know?
We had lots of talk about how to do these videos and saw wonderful mushrooms through this section.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be careful of these roots.
We then entered the Consumers Energy Line section portion of this hike before coming out to James Street, where you can actually park and walk through the Biological Preserve. So my mom loved nature, the state of Michigan. She loved rustic camping. She was all about spending time in the outdoors. But she had a hard time getting around. She had her hip replacement and she had some other physical ailments. And so I intentionally wanted to take video footage of my hikes from the get-go so that I could show my mom what it was like hiking the North Country Trail and going through the state of Michigan. But we ended up finding out that she had cancer around this same time that I started doing these hikes in the fall. And so it kind of became a bittersweet moment because it was all about taking care of her and the end of her life over me sharing these hikes with her. But in the end months, she did want me to share these hikes with her. And so I tried to share as much as I could, but she was on cancer treatment and she just kind of wasn't really with it. But I just continued to do video footage of these hikes as if it was something that I was going to be showing my mom, something that I was going to be showing somebody who wasn't able to do these hikes or someone who was scared about doing these hikes and wanted to see what it was like to be hiking along the trail and where they would be going. We're basically entering Emmett Street right here, where there's some food, water, that sort of thing that you can find around this street. So we are entering a more populated area of the city of Battle Creek before we head in the direction of Battle Creek Linear Park. This is the Battle Creek River that we cross over that runs through the park, and we hike along the river through the park here.
There's another one, lots of black squirrels. That river is very slow right here, like it's collecting somewhere.
So this paved pathway that we are on is the Linear Park Trail Loop, and there's 26 miles of this. So we stay on the North Country Trail portion, obviously, going through Battle Creek along the Battle Creek River. I was happy to see this tree saved in the middle of the pathway. This is Union Street. You actually have to cross over the Battle Creek River to continue on into downtown Battle Creek. Once we made it across the bridge, we crossed the street again and unfortunately came upon some drugs, paraphernalia that was strewn all over the place before getting back onto the North Country Trail. So this always disgusts me. Now the river is to our right as we are heading into Battle Creek from the east. Surprisingly, even though you're in downtown Battle Creek, this section of the North Country Trail takes you by a correctional facility, the police building, and a Masonic temple. You don't really go by a bunch of restaurants here.
So crossing over Battle Creek River,
Yeah.
and we'll be alongside.
What you see ahead is Division Street, a very busy street in downtown Battle Creek. But this trail dumps you off right at the Underground Railroad sculpture, a memorial tribute to the Underground Railroad that went right through the city of Battle Creek. And this is a definite must stop, check it out, take a couple selfies, and learn a little bit about history. This is really cool. From here, we had 3 more miles to hike before making it to our car where I was parked at Jackson Street. If you like Battle Creek, give this video a thumbs up. If you love the Battle Creek River or any of the parks along the way, please give this video a thumbs up. If you found this video informative to what the hike would be like from the historic Bridge Park to downtown Battle Creek, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps out the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next hike on the North Country Trail.